Live pictures of auto workers who have walked off the job at 3 assembly plants overnight after the UAW and Detroit automakers could not agree on a new contract. 12,000 workers on strike against the big three. That's Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, makers of Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. The union wants better benefits and higher pay in line with CEO pay raises in recent years. And Chris Van Cleve is in Detroit with one of those CEOs, General Motors CEO Mary Barra. Chris, over to you.
Tony, good morning. We want to get right to Mary. Mary, thank you for being with us here on CBS Mornings. Having your plant in Missouri offline, 4,000 workers or so on strike, what does that do for General Motors' ability to keep production lines moving?
Well, at Wentzville, the line's not moving, and we build three very important products there. Just launched the Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon. These are mid-sized trucks that are in very, very strong demand. They're great vehicles, as well as our cargo van that's been in strong demand for over a decade. So this is going to have an impact, especially when you look at the demand of these vehicles. We have some in the field, and we're going to continue to work to meet customer needs, but this has an impact. In addition, some of our plants, even assembly plants, have what we call contiguous stamping plants next to them that might service other plants. So this is going to have an impact probably beyond just Wentzville.
I think one of the things that people have heard the union say is that if there was a strike, it was because automakers didn't come to the table with a good enough deal. How do you respond to that?
Well, first of all, we've been at the table since July 18th. We received over 1,000 demands, and I'm proud of both bargaining teams that they've been working through all of those demands. We put 4 offers on the table. Each one we iterated after listening, because part of negotiation is problem solving. Understand the challenge and find a solution that works for everyone. I'm very proud of the offer that we put on the table last night or yesterday, because it's a record from a gross wage increase perspective in our 115-year history, as well as maintaining strong health care, world-class health care that our employees enjoy. And I think one thing that's very important is from a job security perspective. In this contract, we have product and work for every single one of our plants. And that didn't happen by accident. It happened because a few years back, as we started to plan for this historic transformation from internal combustion vehicles to EVs, that we would have work for all of our people, because we wanted them to come along with us on this journey. It's one of the reasons why we developed power units internally, so they could be built at the plants where today an internal combustion engine is built. So we've been working on this very, very hard. So, we have a historic offer on the table. We think we're at the table now, ready to keep going and get this resolved as quickly as possible.
Your offer was about a 20% pay raise in addition to what you were just talking about there. The union's been asking for up to a 40% pay raise. They want a 4-day work week, return of pensions, among other things. Why not just give them what they're asking for?
Because one of the most important things in my responsibility that I take very seriously is we have to make sure the company's going to succeed for the next 115 years. And that means we need to invest in the products you see around me. If we don't invest in new products and have products customers want to buy, that impacts the number of vehicles we build, which directly impacts how many people are part of our manufacturing team. So we need to be able to keep investing in new products. And right now, we're at a peak because we're investing not only in next generation internal combustion engine vehicles to make sure the customer demand is still there, along with improving fuel efficiency, but also in brand new EVs. So this is a critical juncture where investing is very important.
One of your competitors said the deal that the UAW wants would push them into bankruptcy. Can GM be successful if you met all their demands? No. The demands, which has been said, and we said, for the life of the contract, the initial demands were over $100 billion. We still have a ways to go with the offer they put on the table last night. Mary, real quick, the UAW has made a big play about CEO pay. You're very well compensated, reportedly nearly $30 million. If GM can afford to pay you, and that's your total compensation, why not pay the auto workers that 40% raise and just get this done?
Well, when you talk about executive comp, for instance, my comp, over 92% of the compensation is performance linked. In addition to the 20% increases in salaries that we have on the table right now, our employees have been enjoying profit sharing for several years, and through the last few years, it's been record profit sharing. And so the way that General Motors is set up is that when the company does well, everyone does well.
Mary Barra, thank you so much. I got to send it back to New York. Guys?
Chris, thank you.
They're still so far apart, though.
They are quite a long way
so-
apart.
yes.
And, you know, the union leadership has really made a very firm point about how the pay increase of CEOs has gone up about 40%, which is why they're coming to that number. They're not just pulling it out of a hat.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of distance between them still.
And saying when the company does well, everybody does well. How well is the question?
That's the question.
What are the employees doing?
You have a job, is it a good job? That's
Yep.
the question.